Right, so welcome back. Now I'm going to show you how to install a Windows 10 VM and where to get that. So let's go Windows Edge VM. And we can get virtual machines to the Microsoft Edge developer. So these are generally for people who want to test some programs on the Internet Explorer 11 Edge and Microsoft Edge Legacy. And it's put on a Windows 10 VM. So you'll get a license for 90 days, but we can just snapshot that and go back to that or download a new version to redo it. Once we download it, we'll note here that the password for the VM is password with a 0 and an exclamation mark at the end. So because we're using VMware, click on this link here to download. I'll let you click on that, pause the video and come back, and then we'll go from there. All right, so now with your download finished, and we have the MS Edge Win 10 VMware here. So we want to extract all again, same as with the Linux one. This will take a little while. All right, great. So now we have it again. Let's remember again that this is a VMware, a pre-set up VMware application that we've downloaded. So we should be able to do the same. Open up VMware Workstation Player. We can see we have the Kali one already installed, but if we go File, and then new virtual machine would be for something like if we downloaded an ISO. We just want to go Open, go back up to the MS Edge, and we can see here we have an OVF file. So we should be able to double click on this, and this will install straight away. So let's just call this Windows 10 client. It's going to install it in already a virtual machines folder, which is located in our documents. So same as before, the Kali Linux one will actually be stored in here. So any changes made to the VM with memory or the hard drive will be installed this file of whatever virtual machine you're using. So let's import. This shouldn't take too long to import. All right, great. So now that it's installed, let's have a look again at the settings. So straight away, it's given it 4 gigs. Just going to download, switch that back down to 2 gigs. Depending on how much memory you've got on your actual operating system, you need to be conscious of this. You don't want to get this too close to the maximum size. On this machine, I currently have 32 gigs, so I could go with 4, but I'm only going to need 2. Only as a 40 gig hard drive, that's fine. Once again, it's on NAT, so that's connected through to my host IP, and I think that's the same at the moment. Oh, actually, as we can see here, that it hasn't actually installed the USB controller for this. So to add that, we can go down here and click Add, and there's a USB controller. If we remember from last time, it was USB 2. So most laptops and desktops these days will at least be USB 2. If it's kind of got the blue in it, that'll be a USB 3. But for VMware Workstation, I always just leave it as 2. So let's just tick that and then go OK to save the settings. And let's play this virtual machine and see what we've got here. This little icon up here is the full screen mode. We want to put tools in, so let's download that. This is also going to go through the setup phase. And one other thing to note with virtual machines, if you ever get caught with your cursor being stuck in here and you can't select outside of it, Control-Alt will free your cursor. So if you remember, capital P, A, S, W, 0, RD, exclamation. And that was from the website, if you've got, and we're the IA user. Cool, so I'm just gonna leave this downloading off to the side. This is standard, so this is just telling you all about the activation, how long you've got your license for, what build it is and everything. Feel free to change this background if you want. But yeah, that's about it. So as you can see, we've got our Windows 10 client. In the next video, when we come back, I'm going to go through setting up the network connections and making sure that we can ping between the Kali Linux host that we have and the Kali Linux VM that we have and this Windows VM that we've just set up. So we'll have 2 virtual machines up and running at the same time, making sure that we have that network connectivity. And then from there, we're going to go into how to exploit and get a reverse shell from the Kali to the Windows one. All right, I'll see you then.